Everyone else is on the tabula. Go. So, um,
About
Well-
that local sports team. Sorry.
Well, Cap had started moving the ship away.
Cap had started moving the ship away. She was trying to make Hugo sweat. It doesn't seem like it's going to work.
Well, because nobody's told him that this ship is moving away. I think that's the.
Only a little bit.
Darius will tell him. Uh, hey man, the ship you came over is moving. Shouldn't you be back on it?
Probably. I wonder if they've got something they need to sort out, though. Must be somewhat important. I'll leave them to it.
And Darius goes back to chatting with them. On board the Raza, currently named the Tabula. So I believe last you guys had actually in character discussed was that Hugo went over there to get some information, and then Cap rang over to him and said, "Hey, not exactly remembering exactly what she said, but he said, no, I'm having a drink with my mate,' and she dropped the line on him and started moving the ship. So that's where you guys are at aboard the ship. I believe you're all in the same room. You called Colleen over to talk.
Oh shit. Talk to Colleen about.
Pretty sure that was over comms, though.
There was a lot of confusion over comms. Cap saying, try and get some more information, and Colleen saying, I can't from here. And then Cap said, well, then come to the bridge. And even if that's not what Colleen meant, I'm pretty sure you said that Colleen went to the bridge.
Okay.
I don't know that for absolute certain, but that seems right.
Yes.
And it also makes this starting the conversation easier. Everyone is on the bridge except for Hugo. Oh, and except for Nemo, because he went to do his gooey genetic stuff.
Gooey genetic stuff.
He's making flesh.
Oh, that's disgusting. Sorry.
Were we going to be short Mel today? I forgot.
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah, he let me know yesterday.
Ah, gotcha.
Family commitments.
I know, right?
Jeez.
I mean, what are we?
People that he games with sometimes.
I think of him as family.
At least, very least, friends. No offense to Mel's family.
No, we're joking, obviously.
Yes.
Obviously.
Sorry, I'm having a moment. I was So, what did you find out, kid?
They mean found out. I told you have to be on the planet if you were ready to find out anything.
No. Wait, hold on 1 second. To avoid in character confusion, or out of character confusion, did Colleen tell Cap that she got the data decrypted?
No, I don't believe so.
Did she even tell Cap she was decrypting the data?
Well, Cap did leave her with that as a task.
Right.
Shit, what was I calling Colleen to the...
You're looking for information on the Trin is what you're looking for.
And Hugo had text you saying, "Hey, I'd left the information with Colleen when you called him."
Right. Have you heard of the Trin before?
No? Have you heard of the Trin before?
No, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you haven't come across them in your studies.
Of Trintology?
I would assume just things in general.
No?
I was thinking random internet search might have popped something up. I don't know.
There is no internet in space.
Not internet. You know what I mean.
Yes, it's not in space. That's why I need to be on the planet to do it.
Alright. I don't think you're gonna... I think we're gonna have to go to a more civilized planet than this one, though.
I mean, did you find out anything about the Cardinal Sons?
Yeah, they're gone.
Wait, gone?
No, they left.
You guys are talking about two different groups right now.
Like Cardinal
Nope.
Sons.
Talking about two very different groups.
Shoot, Mike.
Cardinal Sons were mentioned early on. One member of the Cardinal Sons, well, the Cardinal Sons were asked to help against the the impending attack of the Raza way back on Stet, the planet you basically crashed into to land after slingshotting around the sun that you were going to hit. The messages that you retrieved from Stet indicated that the Cardinal Sons as a group, as a mercenary group, rejected the job offer, but one individual of the Cardinal Sons seemed to indicated some personal affiliation or connection to the Raza, or people on board the Raza, and came to help. And that's the only mention you guys have gotten about the Cardinal Sons, except for occasionally looking for them.
Well, we also know he came with a fighter, died down there, and the fighter left.
Yes. Starbase is the one
do we
that
know
you've...
that, or does Colleen know that?
You all know that, because Colleen told all of you.
Yeah.
Way back on Stat.
And Starbase is the one that you've been... You got that name in connection to Zoe as scavengers that returned her.
Right. Sorry.
It's okay.
I was gonna say,
Needed a brain jog.
It's okay. It's been a long campaign, so I
I
don't...
was gonna say that was first session stuff, so
And it wasn't streamed either, so there's no record of it. So I could be lying.
Yeah,
No.
but you wouldn't.
Some people made records, Mike.
Yeah,
Traceable evidence.
and Nick's here to hold me accountable too.
now I will say, to be brutally honest, dude kind of wouldn't have remembered anyway. He actively has a little less. He's up until he started thinking about his band. He hasn't got a lot of interest in the
Figuring out what
the
happened.
past. He's interested in figuring out what happened, but he hasn't been actively paying attention to it. He's just been kind of trucking on with his life as it is. He knows that other people are thinking about it, so yeah. But no, I don't think we asked anything about Cardinal Suns when we were down on the planet.
No,
Nope.
you didn't.
Something else came up, and unfortunately, we didn't have time to ask.
Ah.
But we can always go back down.
Yeah, we're only back up here because they ain't got no place to sleep down there.
That's a little weird. I mean, there's a whole planet.
Yeah, but the city we were in, folks don't stay down there.
Well, what I mean is they ain't got space for transients. If you live there, you got a place to stay. If you don't live there, you don't fucking stay on the planet. You either stay in your ship or you get the hell out. Like, they ain't got hotels and shit, apparently. Might be trust issues.
Yeah, a lot of that going around.
I mean, I don't know. It's a weird place. They got apparently funky magic rituals down there.
Oh?
Yeah, something having to do with the natives.
Yeah,
What do they do, those natives?
that
What's
seems
their
to be
magic?
well. I think I just gave you about as much information as it seems like everybody else has.
Yeah, what kind of
Apparently,
magic there? Is this your card? Or magic?
well, who the fuck knows?
Space
Occasionally,
magic.
yeah. Well, apparently, occasionally, one or two people will get taken by the natives down into the ground, and when they come out, they got this look on their eyes of, oh shit, magic, and I gotta do things, and they like leave.
So it's more like drugs. Also, it's not space magic if they only do it on the planet.
Well, the planet's in space.
In that case, everything is space stuff.
Well, I mean, yeah,
You do
kind of
space
is.
breathing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Daily brief is in space.
Mm-hmm. That's space coffee.
Hell yeah, because it's in space.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we got a semi-helpful barkeeper. Also told us to get the shiny off us.
Yeah, apparently they like them. If you ain't like grizzled and covered in blood and guts, apparently you stick out like a sore thumb down there. Yeah, it's a weird little place.
I think you should probably come down with us next time.
You might want to.
See what you can get.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you want to be talking to people, I'd say go down into the shop. You can pour a couple of cans of oil out on the ground. You can roll around in them. I make it fit in better.
I am not rolling around in oil.
Highly sophisticated planetary data net? It has information? Or a decent library?
Well,
I'm gonna guess probably not.
I was gonna say, considering they don't even have hotels, I don't think sophisticated is a word that really fits in this place.
For some reason, most mercenaries don't seem to take me seriously. Until they have explosives to sell. Then for some reason they get really friendly.
I mean, everybody gets friendly when they're trying to sell something.
Well, for one thing, might not hurt to have you see if there is any kind of data system that you could tap into. Even if it's a bit more primitive than we would like. At least we could maybe get something.
Sure. Can find out what the space magic's all about.
You might ask better questions than we were able to.
Yeah, I mean, all we found out was the ship we were chasing over here was already gone. Still a stupid name for a ship.
Well, in all fairness, maybe we should try to get them first, seeing how they're about to get murdered. Seeing how one of them is already dead.
Oh, what it sounded like is well, they didn't know their destination, did they?
Are you asking me or somebody else?
It was a hoping maybe Cap remembered because
Okay.
dude didn't. But
So that was in character, kid.
I don't think about a distance.
yeah. Well, I don't think they exactly log flight plans around here.
Well, I mean, supposedly they're going to that one weird planet.
Saying one weird planet doesn't really narrow it down.
Whatever planet the Tring got staffed on.
Hmm.
Wish the cat would stop digging his claws into my chin.
Like out of character, any knowledge of whatever the hell the Trin isn't what's left of our. This is the generic universal shit you still remember
Nope.
outside of not yeah. So
These are new to you guys.
so yeah, kid, you say Trin like I should know what the hell the Trin are.
Oh, I have no idea what the Trin is. R-D?
You do
But
know
that's-
someone
so you-
who doesn't have memory loss.
Mm-hmm.
But we know where they are?
Do we?
Them? It? That?
Okay,
Those?
we're on a ship with a decent at least record system. Kid, you got a data pad? What? Like punch in Trin. What the fuck does it say?
Alright. She looks up Trin on the computer. Computer? Trin!
One moment, please.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
Step what the computer says. Sorry about that.
In so many words, what Colleen finds is that the Trin were originally inhabitants of a planet in the Zenthra system, Xenthra. and due to some catastrophic events, their once breathable and Earth-like planet is just being overwhelmed. I'm not sure what a good chemical word for it is. Emma can help me out on that. By a high concentration of unbreathable gases. Eh,
It's noxious.
yeah. Well, I know that part, but when a gas is suffusing another gas and taking it over like a parasite, so this parasitic.
Really doesn't happen.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Well, there's I'm assuming there's a natural process causing it.
Yeah, there's some parasitic argon. Yeah,
So it's catalyzing everything.
yeah, I don't really know. I just know that it's not a breathable atmosphere, and I chose argon for some reason, probably for what some properties that I think it probably has on the color of the sky or something. I don't know. I know I looked up argon or I looked up gases and chose argon as one.
So something is replacing the breathable atmosphere with argon.
Yes.
Okay.
And due to that, they were moved to a planet on Panjati Varul, and kind of, let to live their lives there. The information that Colleen has access to does note that they are not considered good neighbors or pleasant people, and that they have been known, or not known, but suspected by Galactic Mandate to be researching Meltech.
But they are people.
They are people.
Okay.
They are the Homo sapiens mechanis, as some scholars would have them.
They're people-ish.
People 2.0.
Yes.
Points of Panchati rule and up. Let's go.
Well, if they think that those guys, the other people, are going to get killed going there, what makes us think that we ain't going to get killed going there?
Because we're smart and capable.
Kid, I hate to break it to you, but I think the evidence of the situations that we've found ourselves in kind of put the lie to that particular statement.
Because we're smarter than those people?
Well, I think if we wanted to prove that, we wouldn't go there.
We're going there because these are the people who first stole all our shit and probably know what exactly happened.
Yeah, and if we get killed
See,
going
now they were
there,
there.
it doesn't really accomplish much.
Well, if they get killed going there, then it's completely pointless. So that's why we should hurry up a little.
What's the jump to that system?
Anyone got a system map?
And what planet was it? Oh, yeah, we're not on March anymore.
Well, it's like next door.
So, Darius, what's curiosity? How many ships come and go between this place? A lot? Or is it mainly just our kind of ships?
You
You
might
get
be muted,
many.
Mike. Sorry, I think I hear Mike talking, but I don't hear him.
Yes, I was muted. I don't know how long I was muted for.
A while, a very long while.
Oh.
Um,
Yeah, so yes, there's your star map.
okay, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, pretty much as soon as you picked up the star map, I think you were muted. So anything you said after that, and if any responses you made to Hugo.
Yes, Darius says, yeah, a lot comes through. And he also confirms, yes, it is mostly our type of people. Galactic Mandate comes through every now and then. Traders come through, but you know, they're just kind of floating vending machines or floating food trucks.
Hey, do you know about this? Um, how quick were they going to get out of the system? Did they have a big drive, or is it just a standard?
Uh, well, Starbase is one of the uh traders that go back and forth to March, so you gotta have at least a two.
Ah, okay. Trying to figure out how fast they are and how long it'll take them.
Well, they weren't screaming out of here.
I'm guessing it's not time critical then. I'll probably be taking it easy.
Wouldn't you if you thought it was your last few days?
Yeah. I wonder if they know that though. And I wonder if they're planning to tip the scales, make it more balanced for them.
Mm. I've never had
But
any kind of dealings with that Cassian fella, but I've heard some stories.
you think or you shoot first?
What was the question?
From the stories you've heard, does he think or does he just shoot first?
He is a thinker.
Ah. So hopefully he has a plan. Won't want him to die immediately. And how long were they in this system for? Was it just a short stop, or have they been properly readying themselves?
Eh, I think they're hoping just for a little of peace and quiet before they moved on, but they started asking around the wrong questions. Got unwelcomed real fast.
I can imagine some of the questions. What, would they after trying to get more men on board to help them with their suicide mission?
I don't think so.
So, what odds you put on them coming back?
Coming back here? Not if they're smart. Why are you so interested in these guys?
Like I said, they kind of fucked over the crew on a deal, and they're after them to make it right.
Yeah, you said that. What kind of what kind of fuckover?
Apparently they robbed some shit off them.
Just a bad lot all around.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it goes deeper than that, but as far as I'm aware, they took some shit they shouldn't have. And they left a bad taste in the crew's mouth.
Okay. Well, good hunting. You know, he puts on a thoughtful face. I bet they got themselves unwelcome enough you could bring their heads back as trophies. Get yourself a place in the lodge.
You think?
Yeah.
Damn, they really did fuck up.
Oh, when you start asking around about Maltech, you know the stories of those Trin, they have planet destroyers.
Yeah, that shit freaks me out a little bit. Just knowing there's shit out there that can just wipe you out, or just without you even knowing sometimes. One moment you're fine drinking, the next you're on the floor dead, not even knowing what happened to you.
Yeah.
Scary shit.
Well, trust me, I don't know where the line between real and unreal falls, but just falling on the floor dead is sounds like a mercy.
Aye, it's what it's what I pray for, you know? Well, not really pray, but hope for.
You mean I can make all your dreams come true right here?
Nah, not quite. Still got some more runs in me. You know, 'cause I'm an old bastard and all that, like you keep saying.
Why
Still
don't you
hate
go
you
with
for
an
that.
old dog? It's a little more fitting.
Fine. So, is there a bounty out on them then? Or is it
Ah,
just mainly of a case of, hey, thanks for taking care of this?
no. You want me to check for you?
Yeah, why not?
No, come on over. Let's see what my captain's doing. See if she's heard anything. He takes Hugo up to the bridge. A little bit more cramped than the Raza, but it has all the necessary components. Somebody to man the weapons, someone to fly the ship, and a place for a captain to stand. He gets over on the comm and rings down, brings up the visual when his captain answers, and uh, Hugo sees a little bit older woman, just from uh, just from her bearing and a little bit of weathered skin. Not unattractive. Attractiveness, you determine yourself, but she's not hideously scarred in any way, and has tribal artifacts about her. Feathers in her hair, um, uh, necklaces that look like they may have just been beaded by hand, and clothes that look like they were hand sewn leather. She greets Darius, looks over at Hugo on her side of the data pad, and then looks back at Darius. And in short, Darius asks her if there's been any kind of bounty placed on the crew that were asking around about the Trin. She says she'll check and says that she'll call him back.
Oh, sweet. Thanks for that. No, let's get back to these drinks while we wait for that call back.
Alright. Back aboard the Raza.
Cap is looking at the star charts.
Okay. You do see that Panjati Varul is right next to you.
Hard to get to.
Well, let's go get him.
I need to get our pilot back.
Out of character, has Colleen ever read the message she got from Hugo?
Yes.
Has she told the rest of the crew that she got information from Hugo?
She said she was going to get some information. He's been telling them the information.
She denied.
So she's been expressing information as if she has obtained it when it's the info she got from Hugo. Okay.
Didn't say she got it. She just said basically the people in Starbase are going to get killed. But no, at no point did she explicitly say, I got information from Hugo.
Mm-hmm.
She told the captain that supposedly the impression he got from Hugo was he was doing things she told him to do.
She did not tell him to go and drink with his buddy.
Just a small point in doing the recap yesterday. I was kind of curious and was listening for that exchange, and it was an incomplete exchange. Hugo actually did ask, do you want me to go get information? And that conversation got interrupted and never completed.
Yeah. So Hugo took that as, okay, I'll do what they're doing.
I'll do what I want.
He assumed that he has the same autonomy as any of the rest of us do.
So I just wanted to point that out.
Okay.
He favored the group's goals by acquiring information. I mean, Hugo's fine though, he's just chilling.
Oh yeah.
Is anybody else doing anything on the Raza?
Oh yeah.
Or
No,
the tabula?
Dude has things.
Okay.
Well, things
Well,
to
for
say.
stuff, let's go.
Well, see, I got issues, kid. At least I'm expressing doubts. We're always going to be a day or two behind these people. Because they left, what, 2 days ago? Is that about right?
One day ago. One sec, I'm running to grab a drink. But yeah, 1 day ago. I believe, I don't know if Kat found that out, but I know Colleen would know that information.
Yeah, it depends on what the planetary team found out.
They left 1 day ago.
Well, let's not make it 3 or 4 days.
I don't know, it just feels like a bad situation to jump into to me. Just looking at the entries on that place. I mean, if everybody's assuming that ship is going to get themselves killed just going there. Now, wait a minute. Why is that ship going there? Like, what do the Trin got that they want?
Maltech.
Right, but why are they, like,
Because
Zo-
Zoe hired them?
Wait. I'm trying to remember names here.
Zoe LaRue is the one who we supposedly kidnapped. And also had her memory wiped in the same.
The one Colleen got happy fun times with.
She's the one that that you guys rescued Colleen from, basically.
Yeah.
Actually, you rescued me from her father,
Yeah.
who does not want Zoe to get her memories back. Zoe tends to disagree with that, and thus sponsors certain efforts to get stuff to get her memories back. How do you think I got that computer in my bay?
So your friend is the one that's hired that ship.
But don't know for certain, but seeing how it's probably not her father,
Right. So,
and you move down the line, next one up would be Zoe,
right.
who
So why
also
the
had
fuck
the
are we
information on them.
why the fuck are we chasing the ship?
Because they rubbed us blind. They were the ones who scavenged our ship, so they know what happened.
No. I'm not saying why we're trying to find out about them. I'm saying why are we chasing them? If your friend is the one that hired them and is obviously probably potentially the one that's paying them, and she's your friend, why the fuck don't
Because
you
we
just get in touch with your friend and have her direct them to where we want to be?
Because at that point they'll be dead.
Well, if they're dead and they're blown up, then we ain't getting our shit back anyway.
We're only a day behind.
Right.
That's why time is of the essence. If they went to a happy, fun place,
And how do we
then
know that
sure.
if we're no faster than them, then we ain't gonna catch them.
At some point they're looking for something, so it's not like they're just doing a flyby.
Well, it sounds like they're going to the Trin planet, so they're gonna land. And if they get themselves killed, we ain't gonna land.
We don't have to land. We can just find out what the hell they're doing, or just grab their ship.
From their dead bodies,
Yeah,
with the angry Trin all around. Whatever the
says
Trin
it's
are.
the twin. At worst, we don't land, and we know, oh well, they're really, really gone.
Mm-hmm. And we've wasted 2 units of fuel.
Seriously, I'll transfer 500 credits into your account right now, if that's what you're worried about.
It's the principle of the matter, kid. Well, sort of.
Look, they know what happened, and they might even still have some of our stuff. That alone should make it worth it. If it doesn't work out, oh well, we jump out of the system.
Considering how long it's been since they grabbed our stuff, any of our stuff that's actually any good has probably already been sold.
or they have it on the ship to use it.
Mhm.
But I mean, if it's, I mean, at this
At
point we
best,
ain't missing that much shit.
yes, we do.
Well, we got a lot of broken things, kid.
Yeah, because it got scavenged. Also,
Right.
they might know exactly what happened. How did they find us? What was the condition of our ship? Did they do it? Did they not do it? Do they have an idea what else happened?
They might have just opportunistically robbed us.
Well, in that case, we know more. And we know no, it was not the scavengers who tried to send us into the sun. Everything was set up and they just took shit. That tells us a lot as well.
I mean, I'm just, every time we go rushing off into another planet to chase down another trail into this thing, we always end up in the shit. I'm just feeling more cautious.
Well, that
Do
doesn't
we?
work when time is a factor.
Well, it does, and it always works. Time isn't always the most important thing. Have you been able to get any information on what kind of ship they're riding in?
No, since I've never seen their ship.
Well, we've never seen them, period, but you seem to have a lot of info about what they're doing.
Yes, the scavengers, one of them died, and they took our shit. That's as good as it gets.
And you also know that they've been hired by your friend and they're moving to a planet and all that kind of stuff. So you're finding this shit out
No, I'm
somewhere.
speculating.
You're speculating that they're going to the Trin planet.
Now I'm speculating that Zoe hired them.
So you don't even know that. You don't know who hired them.
Well, the information was kinda LaRue hired them, and I know for a fact Daddy is not doing it.
So wait, how'd you find out that LaRue hired them?
Oh, it's something Hugo said.
Lol.
Wait, how the fuck did you go find out about that?
Supposedly doing what Cap told him to do?
Over on that other ship.
I don't know.
Well, you just said you knew.
No, I said he's doing whatever he was told to do. Didn't
Okay,
elaborate?
right. But he's been passing information back to you.
Well, he sent me a text message saying they're about to get killed and that LaRue was involved, so
So he's over there talking to somebody who knows about that Starbase ship.
I don't know.
Well, he's got to be getting you're suddenly not confident about stuff, and then really confident about stuff that has no basis in anything. Hugo's passing you information back that he's getting information about the Starbase ship, right?
Yes,
Okay, which means that he is almost certainly over there talking to somebody who actually knows about that Starbase people.
that he's over there and knew that stuff and wanted to transmit it from a safe location in case we react badly. I don't know who's
All
over there
right,
with.
now
I
now
don't know
you're
who's over there.
yeah,
I
now you're
only
just
telling you what he sent me.
right.
And based on that, that works with the information that I have. So I'm giving you the best guess on that.
Mm-hmm.
And since you came up from there and told me, hey, they're only a day ahead and they jumped out, it makes sense.
All right. Which means we should probably maybe actually go over and talk to the people that Hugo's talking to. Or just wait for Hugo to come back and see if he's got more info. Because it sounds like he's getting information from somebody who's in the know.
Presumably?
All right, then.
I thought you knew all about that?
Well, apparently we
Seeing how
don't.
you sent him over there?
I did not send him over there.
Yeah, I think he's. Well, I don't know, man. He sounds like taking initiative or something. If he's providing information on the shit that we've been asking about, then obviously he's proven he's being useful. And I think it would be wildly coincidental if the random guy that we had run into who seemed to be good on piloting happened to already know about the people that we were chasing and just decided to wait like a chunk of weeks to tell us. So I
You
think
mean
he's
as
getting.
coincidental as the previous pilot who turns out to be a member of the Galactic Mandate? That
Well,
sort of coincidence.
considering the previous pilot was already on the damn ship.
Yes, and then we had one right there at the very moment. where we coincidentally needed a new pilot. I don't think there's that much coincidence.
Yeah, and I think you're like super paranoid, kid.
I am, because everybody's just hunting us. Probably why.
Well, no, we're just wanted by the government. That's a completely different thing.
Well, we're wanted by
A
galactic
government.
mandate.
Galactic mandate, certain companies.
Mm-hmm.
So, everybody who is something.
I don't know about that. I met plenty of people who ain't after me. Shit, you met plenty of people that ain't after you. You made a bunch of friends down on that little planet.
Yes, who are all not really involved with any of the corporations, any of the big powers.
Right.
I'm not talking about the random person on the street that's just gonna stab you because they really, really hated you.
Well, yeah, but that's what you
I'm
mean. Well, that.
talking about,
So what you're trying to say is everybody that matters, and the little random
yes,
people just don't matter.
yes.
That's
Anybody that matters holds the powers and has the capabilities of actually hunting us down.
Mm-hmm.
Is hunting us down.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that ain't.
Yes, but most of them live on planets that are owned by the people that do.
Mm-hmm. And we got ways to get. Well, shit, we were. I had us under the radar, kid. All I'm saying is you got to chill out a little bit. Not saying we ain't trying to accomplish anything. It's just the universe ain't exactly completely out to get us. If it was, we would have just flown into the sun and not woken up. So obviously somebody's looking out for us.
Yeah, that was me. You're welcome.
Well, who woke you up?
I woke me up.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think wrote that program?
We
The
don't
one
know.
that stole our memories?
No, the one that woke us up 6 months into the whole process.
I'm assuming you're taking credit.
It looked like my code, yeah?
Well, sure, kid. You're the only person in the universe that writes code like that.
Alright, let me put it this way. When you repair a thing, when you build a thing, you
Mm-hmm.
do it in a certain way, don't you? Where you can say and point at something, hey, that's something that I would have built. It has my unique flair about it. Someone else can certainly build it, but it looks different.
Kid, I've worked with you down in the repair shop. You know that it's not exactly how it works.
Yeah,
If you're building a gun, you're building a gun, and it looks like every other gun.
yeah, not if you put your personal flair on it.
Well, not all of us put our personal flair on it, kid. I'm not putting racing stripes on everything I make.
Yeah, I do.
Well, I'm reasonably certain that there ain't racing stripes in your computer code. Unless you stamp your name on it, and then even then, it ain't your name, because your name's not your name.
Let's
Unless
just
it
say
is.
I know how I code, and that's what I do.
Anyway,
Yeah, that's true. Well, of course now. We're standing next to somebody who is somebody without being that somebody, and who probably acts exactly like that other somebody, which means that there is that other somebody out there that acts exactly like them.
are you referring to me?
Oh yeah, sorry, Cat. What I'm trying to at least open her mind up to is maybe you didn't wake you up. Maybe a clone of you waked you up.
Well, or the original, but we stand with the same style.
Mm-hmm.
If I ever meet her, we will have words.
Which means you can't take
About not
credit.
waking us up sooner?
No?
Or why we were in there in the first place.
Which is why I want to find those people who might have those answers.
All right. Enough bickering.
Hey, I'm being perfectly
It's
pleasant,
giving
Cap.
me a head. Cap.
Sorry. I'll get you a drink later.
I'm gonna need more than.
Well, now, one point I'm just going to come back to, though, kid, is that it does sound like Hugo's over there actually being useful. So.
Which probably will keep him from getting shunted out the airlock when he comes back.
Yeah, that and he's the best pilot we've had.
Since Clark.
Pretty much. And
Is it bad that I miss Clark?
Yeah, well,
just
Clark,
a little, just a little. He drove me crazy, but I just a little bit.
It's a different kind of crazy. He was pretty good with a gun too. I don't know if Hugo can shoot.
I don't either. Probably one of those things worth finding out at some point.
Well, we got the little made-up gun range down there. Maybe I should take him down there one time. See if he can hit the broadside of a battleship.
By default, he will, because he's inside one. There's virtually no point he could shoot inside the ship without hitting a battleship.
It's a turn of phrase, kid. But I see what you're getting at. Well, Cap, you want me to pop into the cargo lighter and head over there and pick him up? Wait, how did he get over there in the first place? Did he just spacewalk? Huh.
That's why I had the airlock locked and the drone on standby.
Yeah. Well, I'll play taxi if you want me to, Cap.
I'm tempted to make him spacewalk. But I won't.
He's trying to be helpful.
He's just annoying me.
Well.
I know.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with annoying me.
We can't all walk around on eggshells, Cap. And not everybody can be me, because I'm just, nice.
Easy to work with.
I'll tell you what, Cap. We get to a planet where it's feasible and not super expensive. I'm fine if you want a couple of clones of me. I could probably get a lot of work done down in the base.
Cap says nothing.
Dude kind of looks off and is like, yeah, man, I could probably get one of us down in the engine bay, got one down by the guns, one up on the bridge handling.
I thought you guys said there would be no orgies.
I said there would be no orgies.
Dude's not thinking about anything other than just how many extra hands he could have on the ship.
The ship.
Mm-hmm.
I can see them talking to each other. I know what you like. You know what I like.
And thank you for that image.
Sorry, guys.
You're not sorry.
No, I'm not.
You're not sorry at all.
Colleen turns to leave and goes, I have work to do.
Well, like I always say, kid, try to stay out of trouble. And dude goes down to the shuttle bay.
He's heading out to go pick up Hugo.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm gonna flip back over to Hugo to finish up his conversation over there. And I have to point out that this is just yet another example in a long line of starship pilots in various media, from movies to games to shows, that are obnoxious. Immediately coming to mind is Joker.
Hey, Don't take my inspiration away from me.
I say, how can you hate Joker?
I don't hate him. He's awesome and obnoxious.
On the bright side, maybe to discourage Hugo from taking these initiative trips, we're gonna Joker him. Couple him, put him in a wheelchair.
And on that note, Hugo, after a little bit more chatting with Darius, it says you guys can just kind of finish your drinks up there on the bridge. He has access to a kind of a raw, unrefined alcoholic beverage. He jokingly says that the locals call it firewater.
Why? Does it burn you alive on the inside, I'm guessing?
It's pretty strong.
You tried it?
Oh, that's actually what you guys have been drinking.
Ah, okay. So, later on, is this gonna hurt, or is it just gonna go away?
Just like any other bit of good alcohol. And by pretty strong, I don't mean it's like drinking straight vodka or anything. It's stronger than the beers you get, on tap at a bar.
Ah, okay, I didn't know if that's what he was referencing, like straight up vodka. I'm like,
No. But while you're talking about it, he references that it comes from the actual natives of the planet, and is one of the things that they trade to mercenaries for a few other bits and supplies that they want.
why, you have some you're needing to let go of?
Did you want to buy some?
I mean, yeah, why not? Be something to remember you by. When I'm just alone, I can just take a sip and remember.
Excuse me.
So, you get this as a gift or you buy it?
Well, with Orchid being high up in the lodge, she just gets it as a gift.
Nice. She shares it out as well. Good.
Oh,
Kind of a good
she brings
captain,
some to
that.
the ship, yeah, and makes it available to us, yeah.
You got the good life. Well done.
It is pretty good. Hugo can buy a case from him. I don't actually know how much that should be, though. Interesting.
I think it's like 2d6 times 10 or 2d6 times 100 or 2d6 times 1000. It depends on
Yes,
what it's classed in.
that is those are the trade rules for mass trade. He's just trying to sell a crate, not a ton.
I'll give him 100 credits. That should cover it, yeah?
That's fine. Sounds good.
Ah, no, see, that'd get rid of my two credits.
Oh.
Go on.
You could give him 99.
Nah, I'll be 22122. That way it's still symmetrical.
Oh, I thought you only had 222. Okay.
Nah. I had that much, but now I'm down to. So it's still
Okay.
symmetrical.
Yes, it still works.
Just give him 100 credits.
He's fine with that. A crate will last you for a while. Unless you drink like a fish, in which case it won't last you for a while.
Anyway, I still have some of this stuff left over. You need it anymore? I'll pull out like a sample of wake, a dose. The thing that keeps you awake for like 24 hours.
He does say that he ran out and he hasn't bought any more because he hasn't needed it, but yeah.
Yeah, have two. I'll just give him two.
Thanks.
There you go.
Oh, and
Comes in useful for partying and for flying.
yeah, and there's the com. Let's see what Orchid says. Yeah, he answers the beep and com, and that same mature woman comes on. She nods, says, "Yes, there is a bounty on both of the men. It is a small one, but their head to discourage anyone seeking such vile technology."
Can you ask where they want to be taken to specifically?
Bring them to Hunter's Lodge, and if you are talking to someone, she looks over at Hugo again. She obviously heard him. And if you are talking to someone who is intent on chasing them down, tell them that the locals here also support hunting down those who would create technologies like this, or technologies of Maltech. They will contribute to any prize, mostly with firewater, maybe blankets.
Thank you. I try my best. Hopefully they shouldn't disturb you much more, though, with where they're heading.
It would please us more to have their heads on a wall.
Right.
She pauses and purses her lips. I will throw in my own bounty. 25,000 per head.
Yep, Hugo just makes a note of this on his little compad. And it's just the heads you're after. Well, them.
Yes, bring back their head is a metaphor. Are you from Bro? Or are you Bro? She looks past Darius at Hugo. I'm saying things as if you are one of the original cast who do not know things, but Hugo does know that she is asking if he's from Un. They are very literal there.
I'm from Astos.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is worse.
Yeah. Where do you think I learned to fly?
Yeah.
Also, if we were to gain access to their ship, would you want that, or is that something you'd rather see flying to the sun?
I will have to consult. That is not a question I can answer for everyone.
Well, thank you for the information. I'll pass it on and make sure it gets properly seen to.
I will put your question on the board, and should have an answer if you return with them.
Thank you for your time, and very much enjoyed the firewater.
Yeah, it is good.
Kind of like give a nod. Just...
Alright. And for clarification, I took a quick look, and the firewater itself appears to come from the Ojibwe, and it's more akin to whiskey in strength.
Ah, so it's a sipping drink. Okay.
Yeah, being not a heavy drinker, I know the strength of two types of alcohol: vodka and beer.
And as long as nothing that they're drinking is equivalent to Everclear, we're okay.
No,
Or 151.
it is just firewater as a self-referential reference to firewater. So, yeah. All right. Well, there's after that call, there's more calm blipping, and turns out that there is a cargo lighter en route to the Dead Horse.
That might be me. I mean, I don't think they're quite as daring with the spacewalk. Maybe they'll come to pick me up. Anyway, it's been a pleasure, Darius.
Yeah, man. Well, I hope we see you again. Are you guys really? You think your crew's really gonna go chase him down?
I think they're crazy enough to, unfortunately.
Watch out for perimeter, man. If they're crazy enough, they probably already know all about them. But
Perimeter?
perimeter, yeah. World reference for Hugo. Perimeter are the kind of the zealous Maltec hunters. They're prevalent on Astos as the we don't fuck around security. They serve a different role on Astos, on Astos. They actually take more of a police force kind of role, but they are the ones with the that are referenced as having big guns on Astos.
So, if we see these guys, will they be hostile to us, or will they just let us pass?
I don't know. Stories about the perimeter are as wild and varied as theories about what's going down on that planet with the Jade Curse.
All kinds of fucked up and who knows what. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Anyway, man. Well, I hope this is my shuttle. I'm saying goodbye. Otherwise, we've got some more drinking to do. But, do you need anything off me? I've already given you my charters that I've got recently.
No. Come back safe and we'll celebrate.
Hopefully. See you in a bit, man.
Alright. And it is Dude in the cargo lighter.
Yep. He put in a basic little, hey, can I dock? Coming from my pilot kind of comp call.
Mm-hmm.
You have our pilot. We need him back.
You are given permission, and
Stand to and deliver.
I
am
imagine
not
Hugo.
Dick Turpin.
I imagine Hugo is waiting patiently at the airlock.
Yep, with a crate in his hand, ready to go.
Okay. All right.
Airlock pops open, and dude, hey man, hey, what you
Hey.
got there?
Some nice alcohol. One of the
Oh,
local specialties.
Wow.
Did
That'll be
Colleen give you
nice.
that information I sent you?
Eventually.
What do you mean, eventually?
She likes to basically give out information as if she was the one that found it out, no matter where it came from.
Oh, she's all knowing, that kind of deal. Like, oh, look.
Well, yeah, kind of. Like she knows everything and already has an answer for everything, even if she doesn't know. But, you roll with it.
So, we heading back to the ship then?
Yeah, it looks like Cap is agreeing with Colleen that we should try and chase down that starbase. Stupid damn name for a ship.
Also, by the way, they've got 25k in each of their heads.
The people that are on the ship?
Yeah.
No shit.
The locals have been fairly pissed off about them asking about Maltec, and as such, they've put a bounty on their heads. 25k per person. I've asked them if they wanted the ship or not, or if they wanted it flown into the sun, and they're going to deliberate on that for a bit. So a little bonus if we manage to get this sorted.
No shit,
Though
man.
I've been told the perimeter agency might be somewhat involved, and they are, from when I know them, and from what I've just been told, they're still arseholes, and they might be a little bit unfriendly with us.
So these guys have pissed off a planet, are
Yes?
heading to a planet that's dangerous to pretty much anybody that tries to head down there to ask for
Yes?
to ask for help from people who are probably going to kill them, with bounties on their head and another super governmental agency chasing after them, as well as us after them.
Yeah, so I say, pretty fucked.
7 ways from Sunday, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, these guys. I mean, how the hell are they still alive if this is their kind of luck? And dude takes the other side of the crate and helps Hugo stash it in one of the cargo panels. You want me to fly back, or you want to fly? You been drinking, man?
Obviously.
All right,
Been
I'll fly.
catching up with friends. And obviously doing work, obviously, but yeah,
Yeah,
been
no shit.
catching.
You found out a lot of good stuff. Yeah, no. All right, take a seat, man. I'll
Well,
drive.
it was your trip down below.
Interesting. Apparently, we are too clean.
Too clean. You're gonna have to explain that one to me.
Well, we went down there to talk to some people, and we're pretty much picked up right away as we ain't from around here. And we were informed that we were too clean and shiny to be taken for anything other than newbies down there. So we were given the impression that not too many people would be talking to us. They did let us know that the ship we were talking about had taken off a day ago, basically. So if we wanted to find out more about them, we'd need to chase them down. But we didn't get a lot of good info out of the locals, other than where to eat and where to drink. And apparently they got some kind of deep hole in the ground where they have weird ass ceremonies with natives, and sometimes they take not natives down there, and they come out with like starry-eyed look in their eyes and go, "I've seen shit," and leave the planet to go off an adventure. Colleen thinks it's drugs. I'm thinking space magic.
Might be a mix of both. Most
That'd be.
probably. Drinking involved for celebrations and also voodoo shit.
Could be. But it didn't sound like, well, it sounded interesting, but certainly something I'd want to do on vacation, not while I'm trying to hunt down people that might know what the hell happened.
So what's the plan then? Have you guys made one? Or are we gonna make it when I get back?
Now it sounds like Colleen has got Cap on her side for heading out right immediately after the starbase. Chase him down, see if we can catch him. You don't know what kind of ship they're on, do you? Spec wise or anything?
I know they've got to drive too, at least, according to my friend there. Oh yeah. Did I learn what ship they were, like size-wise? Are they the one below us, a frigate, however it is?
Yeah, they are a frigate.
Yeah, they're a bit smaller than us. Not sure about the guns.
Alright. Well, now you'd know better. Knowing what we got and what they got, you think we'd, with a day head start, would we catch them? Or we'd have to wait until they stop to actually, run up on their butt?
I can catch them, I think. Should be able to. Only took me a day to get there. Yeah, once we get to the edge of the system, just 1 day in space. Well, 1 day's drill.
Well, as long as we're faster than them and can get them to them before they get themselves killed, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll be cutting it close. I can tell you that for sure.
We'll
It'll
make
be
sure.
around about the same time. Or we'll get there slightly quicker than... Yeah, also, I'd expect resistance just once we get into the system. They're not too fond of outsiders in their system.
Have they got system-wide defenses, or you think they just got planetary shit?
I'm not sure. Can't give you a 100% answer on that one. I just know they don't take kindly to our kind.
Hmm. Well, I guess I better make sure that the shielding panels are all right on the ship and that the gun is ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, we've kicked the dust off it, and the cobwebs and such, so should be good to go.
Yeah, I would have liked to seen that. I fixed it, might as well see what it did. Alright.
I mean, you could... But while we're flying, why don't you just give it a shot, just to see what happens?
Yeah. I ain't that curious. I mean,
Sure.
well, reasonably sure.
Yeah,
Ask me again after a couple of drinks, and as long as we don't tell the cap. But,
you'll find out. You'll find out once it fires. Well, she'll find out once it fires. But yeah, I mean, hey, I've got some of this. We'll drink some of this. We'll then find a meteorite that's just flying around, and then we'll just shoot. Got to get you used... I mean, are you the one that fires the guns? If so, we need to get you used to firing it.
out of character? No, I don't think so. Do we have anybody in the gunner position?
Mm-hmm.
Who the hell do we have in gunner?
Eileen.
Yeah, crazy woman.
That's right. Okay.
Big woman.
Yeah. No, it ain't me. But
Aw.
yeah, no, that's we got Eileen in there. She knows she can shoot better than I can. Speaking of which, as dude has still been navigating his way back to Araza. You any good with the small arms, man?
I mean, how to, like, point it at someone and pull the little trigger thing so that way it fires the laser pistol off, but
Right. I mean,
I never needed.
that's the general idea.
Yeah, I never needed to, though.
Well, you're on the wrong ship if you're thinking that anymore.
Well, yeah, I figured.
While we got while we're in transit, I think we'll take you down to we got a little basic shooting range, and we'll at least get you a little more familiar. If nothing else, a little less cautious.
Yeah, I mean, mine was always for personal protection.
Yeah, well, it's still personal.
So yeah, I guess we fly back to the ship.
All right. You guys make it back on the ship, and as long as nobody locks them out, you are on the ship. Are you requiring visual identification and all that stuff?
No.
Okay. All right. You guys bring the cargo lighter back into the cargo lighter bay, and well, where do you go from there? Are you both heading back to the bridge?
I'm putting the crate in my room first.
Okay. It's
And
only
then I'll head to the bridge.
yeah, it's only a slight deviation.
I'll
All
catch up in a second, dude. Just need to drop this off.
First, Dude arrives at the bridge.
Alright. So we're heading out, Cap?
Soon as he gets up here.
Beep.
All
Hey
right.
guys, how's it going?
There you go.
So, how's down below? All right then. You part of some ritual now, Cap?
Nobody took part in that, Hugo.
You got it in the calendar.
Yeah, I don't know, Cap.
No.
So,
I
what's the
have
plan
no
then?
interest in that whatsoever.
Oh, I don't know it, so I can't really suggest it or not. So, go on then, Cap. What's the plan? Fill me in.
We're going to go to Tajati Varul.
Yeah, that's where they headed. Don't know if dudes informed you, but pretty much, expect unwelcome attention. The locals there hate outsiders. Expect the perimeter agency maybe because they're kind of against Maltec and all that shit, and they pack a
Well,
punch.
so are we.
I mean, we've got a gun; they'll have multiple guns.
Yeah, well,
But-
hopefully they won't fire first, and we can tell them that we're just here bounty hunting.
Oh yeah, did he mention that they've got 25k on each of their heads? So should certainly be interesting if we manage to get them. A nice little payout.
Dead
Still
or
letting-
alive, or do they not care?
I mean, they want their heads on spikes, so I'll presume dead. But I'll let you make that
I didn't
decision.
know if they were being literal or not.
Well, they really hate them, so I don't think they'll mind too much.
Well, right now, I'm kind of hating them too.
Why?
I have my reasons.
Should I be aware of these reasons? Anything I should be cautious of?
Taking my ship again.
What, they took your ship? I thought they just stole some stuff.
You moved my ship.
Yes, I moved the ship.
Don't do it again.
You don't want me to find information again? I mean, how much did you uncover down below?
The information is the only thing that is keeping you from being shunted out the airlock.
And also the fact you can't get back to March without me.
I'll just take me.
You can't. Anyway, unless you want to hire my friend Darius. You'd have to pay him a pretty penny though. He's in the dead horse.
I'm just out of character. I'm pretty sure Cap is good enough that she could get them back. It would just take a long time.
No, actually,
so
your
far.
your drive is not capable of making that trip.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep, you have a drive one. It is limited until
I
it is.
thought we were Drive 2.
We have Drive
Because
2
of me.
because we've had two pilots that have been able to get us to Drive 2, but yeah.
Because Starfarer makes it drive to.
Yeah.
Well, okay, well then strike that, and she'll say
That's why
instead.
you guys are happy.
She will say instead, I don't necessarily want to go back to March.
Anyway, you want to head on over there now? I can get us there if you want.
Yeah, we should head
You're
that
going to
way.
be informing the rest of the crew that we should be expecting some sort of resistance once we get there. Won't want to scare them again once you fire up the guns. Well, gun.
You need
singular.
to shut your mouth. And
I'm
let me do
merely-
my job.
Merely informing
And
you.
you do yours.
Yeah, I'm merely informing you what might
Shush.
be a good outcome.
Yeah, we got it, man.
Anyway, tell them all to strap in. We'll be heading out now. And yeah, I'll quickly take
Cap
a seat in my
leaves the
let's
Cap
see.
leaves the bridge before somebody gets punched.
Well, we know where we're going, man. Hopefully we can catch these assholes. Well,
Yeah.
before
someone else does.
Yeah. I'm still a little ambivalent on the whole thing, but Cap and Colleen really seem to be. Well,
Also, what's up with Cap? And Mealy made a suggestion to her, and she's like, "Oh, shut the fuck up." Does she not like suggestions, or does she want to feel like she's in control constantly?
Cap doesn't like people speaking out of turn. Cap likes to finish the thought, and then everybody gets their input after that. She'll let you talk, but you gotta make sure that Cap gets her say first. That's sort of why she's Cap.
Oh yeah, but she didn't talk about it. I merely made a suggestion because it wasn't mentioned.
And she would almost certainly have taken your suggestion into advisement and decided whether she was going to do something about it at some point.
I mean, she didn't mention she was going to warn the crew, so I thought I might as well mention it to her that she best warn the crew.
Yeah, anyway, ain't a bad suggestion, man. I think it's just more the way in which you express that you have a suggestion.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah.
I'm sure the crew will start finding out once we get fired upon. Anyway, alright, let's get going.
Yeah, we like to keep people in the loop.
And yeah, I'll just send a quick message to Darius saying, "See you later, Darius. Heading out now. You enjoy your whiskey, yeah? Well, you fight water."
Yeah, bids you well, and good luck.
Well, I might actually need it. Thank you.
And for everyone's clarification, I believe it's been known and mentioned before, the ship does have the capability of getting to drive 2. It has the capability of getting up to drive 6. It just needs to be repaired up to that.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
So
dude
we're
knows that.
limited currently.
Yeah.
Power restriction. Because we need a pre-tech to get it fixed up.
We need a bunch of pre-tech.
Yeah.
I think it was only one it needed, didn't it?
No.
Yeah, but well, once you fixed up that part, then you had to have pre-tech to fix the drive up to a 2.
Yeah.
And we haven't been able to do that.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna ask instead of assuming, but I'm pretty sure the answer is gotta go fast, boy. Is Hugo trimming the course to get to the edge of the system?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. I believe that puts you at 16 hours to the edge of the system.
I mean, we could do an even faster burn if you wanted, guys. But it's up to Dude. And
Since Cap's not on the bridge.
yeah, we could go faster, but put a strain on the engine.
Nah, man. If we potentially are getting into a fight, and if you think you, without straining it, you can get us faster than them, I'd say do that.
I'll just go at this speed then. I won't burn out the engine.
Yeah. I don't want to have to fix shit. Not unless we're getting shot at.
All right.
Cap does inform the crew of where they're going and there may potentially be trouble.
Okay.
Is there a way I could get a gravitational assist in this system to help me go faster?
You're looking at my experimental rules, aren't you?
I'm indeed. Such as gravity assist, hard burn harder.
Yeah, those are experimental, or as I wrote it there, experimental. No, you can't use those yet.
Gravity assist. So, Star Trek 4.
And also the gravity assist,
regular
trimming the course
science.
actually is gravity assist and various other.
Probably, yeah. I mean, that's
Yeah.
celestial mechanics.
Yeah. I'm trying to. Those experimental rules there are trying to remove the abundance of dice rolls involved in one ship fleeing from another because I think it's kind of silly. So instead of a bunch of dice rolls going back and forth, suddenly, like you see in movies, this car is suddenly faster than the other car, and then the other car is faster all of a sudden. Because shit doesn't work that way.
Or Fast and the Furious, shifting in reverse.
Yeah, I thought it was only 3 successful evade is all it took to break the combat.
No, that's breaking the combat, but once you've broken combat, if you want to try and get away from... Like, basically, the ship that you was attacking, you can still chase you. And then it's even more checks to escape to a different region. Yeah, it was basically 2 separate evade sequences. One to escape the combat, and then another set of dice rolls to escape the chase. And I'm not keen on that. So I was looking for a way to just make it so that you do some things, sacrifice some things, and set a base speed, and then that determines who's successful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also not too keen on the experimental rules that I put there because there's a whole lot of complication in some of those, and I need to simplify them down. But I appreciate you reading all that, and I'm open to suggestions.
I was just reading through it, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember that thing. But yeah, in which case, yeah, I'll just trim the course and head there quick.
Okay. This does put a day on the calendar. What is Colleen working on?
She is actually working on the QED device.
Okay. What is
she is?
Oh, go ahead.
She's going to get herself a stasis pod.
Okay. So is she trying to activate it?
Not activate it, but basically get it ready for deployment.
Okay. Well, the stasis pods in your med bay are obviously adequate. Are you moving them from where they're at, or moving the stasis pod she wants from where it's at?
I mean, if it just well, here's the question: what does it all entail to basically get the QED hooked up to the stasis pod? If it's just basically build an interface to slot the device in, then obviously not.
The instructions that she has are hang on. Let me take a quick refresher for my own information. Let's see. Right there.
So, dude, what's the best way to suggest something to Cap then? To get her to think that she thought of it?
Nah, man. Just be polite.
So how would you recommend what I recommended?
I would couch it as a question as to whether she wanted to. Like, hey, Cap, while I'm thinking of it, were you gonna let everybody know we're heading into a potential combat situation? Might want to strap in.
See, that sounds like what I said, just with less words.
Yeah, it's all about the attitude, man. Like I said, it wasn't a bad idea you had. It was
So it's like, hey, Cap, sup, fam? Like your chilled out attitude.
Well, I don't think anybody can quite duplicate my attitude. So don't try. Be yourself about it, but just be nice. Not to say your normal attitude isn't nice. I mean, I don't have a problem with it.
Hmm. Oh, what in the future? How about I'll send you a message and then you recommend it to her? That way
I
seems
think.
like you're the idea man. Kind of like how I sent that information to Colleen and she thought it was all hers. I'll do the same for you.
All right, man. I won't take credit for it, but I'll pass on your remarks.
Might might come more. She might have a more positive attitude towards them.
Yeah, like I said, it wasn't a bad idea, man.
Also, apart from the big woman, scary one with the gun,
Mm-hmm.
any of the other crew help out during things?
Not right now. They're mostly maintenance, and I mean, at this
Just
point,
people.
well. I mean, we picked them up because we were helping them, and they haven't decided to find another place to be. So, I mean, at this point, they are crew. They're just not bridge crew. We still need. I mean, it's a big ass ship. We could stuff a lot more people in here. It's a minor miracle this ship runs with the small crew it does. Have you seen the systems? Like, I ain't got my memory because shit's messed around with the brain. But from what I know of mechanics and what I know of ship communication systems and all of that kind of stuff, most ships of this size would not be run with a crew this small. There'd be a hell of a lot more sub people and bullshit. But yeah, this is a weird ass ship.
Yeah, I mean, for a cruiser our size, for this one's more, taking shit down, not for shipping. Yeah, you'd expect a lot more people on board.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, that's mainly because they're meant for conquests, taking out places and actually getting shit done. Whereas this is more of a how can I put it? Like a pain in the ass ship that gets in and gets shit done but doesn't stick around, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, it works for me, man. Yeah, well, I mean, at this point, most of the other people we got on here that ain't hanging out on the bridge all the time, it's almost kind of a little family we've been picking up. Rescued most of them.
A dysfunctional one, but yeah.
Yeah. At some point, it might be at least from what I'm talking with Nemo, it might be worth your time to learn the language Chi-Shen speaks.
What's that?
Well, at least based on what I've heard Nemo telling me, she's got a mouth on her.
I know Jin. Is that what she speaks? Or is it different?
Well, shit, man, I don't know. Nemo speaks it.
Huh. I'll have to speak to him sometime. I know he's sorting out stuff with his body shit, isn't he?
Apparently, he's a well,
Wonder if he's cracked into that case of goo I bought.
could be. I will say one thing that you can do for yourself to uh, alleviate the friction between you and the cat is, and I express this specifically in a polite and deferential and what's the word, respectful manner. You can present her with a bottle or two of that fire water.
Dude, she might take it the wrong way, though.
No, no, cat likes to drink, and she will, as long as you are not, as long as you don't show up in a suit with a rose smelling it like cologne and shit. I don't think Cap is going to make that assumption about your intentions. Present it like a gift. And if you want my advice, present it as an apology for moving the ship without letting the cap know. Because, see, that's the problem is it's not that you moved the ship that she has a problem with. It's that you moved the ship without consulting with her first. Even if it was a little bit, and you are the pilot, and it is basically your job to move the ship. Cap
Hmm.
just likes to know what's going on.
I mean, nothing bad came of it, so
That's not. Don't say that. Don't say that to the Cap, at least,
why?
because she'll take that the wrong way.
So she likes to be kissed up to, is what you're saying?
No, she likes to be respected, because she will kill your ass if she ain't. Not that disrespecting her will necessarily just get you killed. She's not a murderer. It's just Cap knows what she's doing, and she expects other people to respect that she knows what she's doing. So when she says something, we do it. I have questioned Cap's orders, but as long as you do it in a respectful manner, you're cool. And if something needs to get done, then you do it. And then you can tell Cap afterwards if there's absolutely no opportunity. But if it's just something simple, all she wants to do is be in the loop, because it's her ship.
Can't I just contact you and you tell her now? That seems like a whole lot less
If you want to do it
stress
that
on
way,
my
man.
part.
Yeah. I have no problem being the go-between. But I will still leave my advice of it wouldn't be a bad idea to get her a bottle of that as an apology.
I mean, you know where my room is. You grab yourself one, and I'll take one to her. Thanks for the advice.
Right on, man.
And I'm going to flip back over to Colleen. Thanks for filling the time while I reviewed my notes. The technical portions of the manual Colleen has indicate they tell her how to activate the device, and that the device can be activated. It can be keyed to one or more people in proximity. Once it has been keyed and that neural profile accepted and recognized in the system, and I didn't clearly state this last time. Part of the decryption was so that the QED can actually interface with your datapad, and also so you can get to the README files in the technical manuals. So
That's fine.
you plug it in
what
like.
Does it take to key it to people, though?
What's that?
What does it take to key it to people?
Well, that's what you do. You plug it into a datapad, and it has software on the device itself that you utilize, you access through the datapad. Keying it to a person is no more than being in proximity with them, and through that software, selecting and giving it a few minutes to entangle itself is how the manual reads. Once it has been entangled like that, it can be set to trigger remotely. It can be activated remotely. The QED doesn't need to be anywhere near that person.
Jesus Christ, that's horrifying.
The person does have to be in the correct restful state, or it will not do anything. And there's not a whole lot of discussion on safeguards.
What? With Maltec, that's not a safety first approach?
I'm shocked. So wait, correct me if I'm mishearing. It doesn't sound like the stasis pod is even a necessary part of this thing.
It is. Well, okay. The stasis part itself is not a necessary part. the state of the brain has to be in a certain state. The stasis pod just happens to put the brain in that state.
Right, but you
as
can
part of its function.
Right, but it sounds like the person doesn't have to be in the stasis pod at any point.
I may
think
be
it's
misunderstanding.
like it makes it easier. It's like they need to be unconscious, literally not thinking of anything, just their body at ease.
Right.
No, the QED requires a very specific brain state. The stasis pod puts people in that specific brain state. There are no other natural events that put people in that brain state.
Gotcha. I thought it sounded like it just meant like you could wait till they were asleep and wipe their fucking brain.
A coma goes in and out of this brain state according to some of the documentation there, so it can be used on comatose victims. But if they leave that brain state as a natural cycle of the coma, then the QED is done. It subtracts out whatever memories it got the time to subtract out to erase, and then it's done. You'd have to reset it again.
But
certain drugs could also do that.
Right, but it doesn't have to be. The device doesn't have to be attached to the stasis pod the person is in. So so they don't have to be in that stasis pod.
Nope.
Jesus Christ, how horrifying.
So yeah, you just take this briefcase, you put anyone into this stasis pod or into any stasis pod, like wipe, bye. You are not you anymore.
Hey, can you help me test that stasis pod real quick?
Yeah, is Maltech.
Or just, I mean, if you're doing this for, you wait until somebody's asleep, you chloroform them while they're still asleep, stuff them in a stasis pod, turn the stasis pod on, wipe their fucking brain. You don't have to even convince them of anything. You just wait and knock their ass out.
Who would think of that sort of thing?
I know.
There is a non-linear relationship between the amount of time that the QED is running and the amount of time that is erased. If the QED is only running for a few minutes to an hour, like is suggested by the longest duration, the brain is in the state during a natural coma, or unnatural coma, then they may lose anywhere from a few minutes to a few more minutes. If it runs for a couple of weeks, then hang on. I don't remember the exact time I said. I think it was a couple of weeks, but take that with a grain of salt. Then it might erase a day or two. As you extend the time it is running, the amount of time erased goes up faster than the time it is running.
So it takes a while to kick in, and then once it gets in, it's like fucking going for it, mate.
Yeah, it is approaching the asymptote. The vertical asymptote. I think that's the thing.
Yes.
Or it's the upward swing of a parabola. That's probably easier.
So what you're saying is that if you wanted to, you could use this device to recreate the plot of Paycheck.
I haven't seen that.
The Ben Affleck, John Woo one?
Nope, don't worry about it. I might watch it later because it sounds good.
I know you. I'm pretty sure you've seen it.
Maybe.
I'm fairly certain you tried to recommend it to me.
I don't think so.
But yeah, you wipe, you let somebody, you get somebody on your ship, you use them as crew for a chunk of time, say, all right, now we're going to take a little long distance travel, hop in this stasis pod, you stick them in the stasis pod, you wipe their memory of the entire time they were with you, and dump them back on their home planet without paying them.
I mean, yeah, you probably could do that.
I don't know if Colleen would ask this, but is it possible to wipe certain memory?
It is non-discriminatory. It has a very specific type of memories that it entangles. And yeah, for more information, this really would need to be an in-character discussion with Colleen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nick has a bit more information, and so he already has the answers to that question, so I don't need to answer it for him.
Mm-hmm. And I'm willing to probably even lay money on this that I don't think Colleen is going to tell most of us any of this.
So what is Colleen doing with the QED? She knows how to activate it. She has access to the stasis pods.
Well, she would actually like to run some calculations.
Okay.
Assuming that the initial process took, funny enough, 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
and you say it's basically the disentanglement is basically a fraction of it, or at least related to that period of time. Can she arrive at a guesstimate of how long it would take?
Of how long it would take for what?
To basically
Oh, how much time
the
it would take?
reverse. Yes.
Oh,
Say
to
it's a
reverse, to
fraction of the
recover.
time it took to entangle. Yes.
Okay. She can. It's fairly simple calculations, and she has a technical manual there. It would take. Let's see. Oh, I should probably also add, before you go on this path, there are also ways of viewing the information entangled in the QED.
Because with the previous information, it sounded like, no, you can't.
Yeah, no, that, did it sound like that?
It sounded very much like that, yeah.
I apologize if made that. Yes, you can view the memories that are entangled in the QED. The technical,
that was what I was going for in the first place.
yeah, the technical manual makes this out to be very dangerous. More dangerous than recovering. Far more dangerous than recovering.
What would it entail to see it?
To see it is just a brief stint in a stasis pod.
I was gonna say, so it doesn't have like a fucking screen on it.
No.
You have sucked the memories out of people. Now you can download them into your own brain.
Yeah, it's not actually downloading into your own brain, because that's recovery. It is bridging a neural interface between brain and machine. It's not all that different from what Colleen did with that implant.
Funny how that works out. Like there was a long-term plan somewhere. Does it only apply to your own memories, or
No.
does it say anything about you can see someone else's memories, and that's where the danger lies?
You can see someone else's memories, and that is more dangerous in a different way. Well, no, sorry, it's not more dangerous. They're both dangerous. The viewing your own memories carries a risk of dragging you into your self, and it's described as a messy recovery. Viewing somebody else's memories, because of the difference in brains, and it's even more risky the more different your brains are. It could simply kill you. Looking at your own memories could kill you, but it's a lower chance.
That sounds exciting.
Out of character, I'm curious, does that thing have like a capacity indicator on it? Here's how many memories are in this thing. You even tell what's in it.
It doesn't have an indicator, but there are memory files that are labeled conveniently.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Now, children, what a good little crew member would do would be to look at all of this information and go, this is incredibly useful and also incredibly dangerous. I'm going to go talk with my captain and let her and the rest of the crew know exactly what I have discovered. And I'm going to turn this thing off and stick it in a closet with a lock on it.
That sounds like the plot to a very boring
Or-
movie. Now, Matt,
I was
Nick,
gonna say-
what is Colleen doing?
Or what a good crew member would think, based on previous things, the Cap tends to be very careful about very, very dangerous devices and usually wants nobody to know about that. So, following that best example, we're not telling anyone that way nothing can go wrong. If you don't know, you're not tempted. Best crew member ever.
But Cap wants to know about them.
No, she doesn't. That's why she had her memory removed.
That's
Somehow,
why
I
she had
don't
her
think that's what
memory
the motivation was.
Would you like to see the memory to find out?
I think somebody wants to.
So what was the time Colleen calculated?
For a full, properly done recovery, she thinks that it will be shorter for her and Zoe, and longer for Tom.
Well, yes. You have to
Um,
make adjustments for each. But yeah,
Her and Zoe
for some
may
reason,
take.
you might have used her and Zoe as baseline.
So Colleen and Zoe would be a little bit over a day, and Tom would probably be about 3 or 4 days.
And can you put a percentage on the chance of death of viewing things?
No, not really. Well, okay. Let me re-answer that.
You mean
Yes.
This Maltech wasn't rigorously tested?
This the technical manual was not written by her. It was written by somebody else. And it is described as a almost 100% chance for the weaker of the human species.
Yeah. Hey, do one. Want to see a movie?
He'd have to take his memories first.
No,
So
doesn't.
what it sounds like is that the
For
viewing
right.
the viewing capability is one of those. It's technically possible. Don't try it because it will kill you. It might not, but probably will.
Now here's the question: does it list basically how it kills you, as in stops your heart or just melts your brain?
I will note that these questions are taking Colleen time to read through. You're okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He's a mad scientist, not crazy.
It brain kills you. Your brain
Okay.
just stops functioning, and along with that piece of knowledge, she also finds small little references that it still has an adverse effect on androids, but doesn't run the risk of killing them.
Can't kill someone that doesn't live.
Yeah, but you don't necessarily want to turn the killer bot back into a killer bot.
Oh, you're just talking about viewing right now, though.
Yes. Alright. Yeah, because otherwise, if, let's say, it was just heart stopping, maybe she could have cooled her body down while having weird near-death experiences, viewing things. Before being brought
We're
back.
not recreating flatliners either.
Well,
That's why I was asking.
the heart does stop as a result of the brain no longer telling it to beat.
Yes, but that was not the point of flatliners and not the point of that line of questioning.
As Colleen continues to delve into that line of questioning, she doesn't see anything saying that a person brain killed in this way can't be revived. It's just a normal death. It is not like death by heavy weapons. It's not a special no revive death.
But I mean, their brain would be.
Well, presumably, if they're no longer dead, then their brain is also functioning again.
So it doesn't destroy the brain. It just.
No. It just stops
shuts
the brain.
all the
Yeah.
so it just stops probably stops all electrical activity, and your body goes, well, I guess we're dead.
Yeah, it powers the brain down. It presses the power button. Which is why it's not as devastating for an android, because the android can just reboot.
Mm-hmm.
Humans aren't exactly made for that.
No, we're really not.
So it's an engineering problem.
Yes, the engineering of the human brain.
Now she just needs to make a fake brain that she can download these memories into, and then tie its visual cortex into a VR suite, so we can put on a headset and watch somebody else's memories.
It sounds like that has already been done. I think they called it a QED.
Well, yeah, except that you don't put the memories into your own brain, so you don't have to risk killing yourself.
No,
yeah, but where to find a young, healthy brain on this ship?
I don't know, Brain. Where are we going to find leather pants in our size?
All right.
Actually, this almost does sound a
she
little bit
studies the
like a
manual.
Pinky and the Brain plot.
And we all know how well those go.
Yep. Wait, would that make Colleen Brain and Dude Pinky?
I don't even know.
Well, she could bring 2-1 in. What we're gonna do today, Colleen? Gonna take over the ship. Same as every day.
Are you pondering what I'm pondering, dude? Well, I think so. Man, where am I gonna get chocolate flavored whiskey?
Hugo's machine.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. So, having spent several hours reading through the technical details, Colleen is confident enough. She has seen references to it's dangerous to look at somebody else's memories because they are foreign to you, and the more foreign they are, such as major difference in gender, in age, hang on, I had something else in there. Actually, I think I might have even written it down for you.
2-1. I need you to see something, but I have to turn into a girl first.
Okay. Differences in gender, in any major evolutionary genetic differences, or near in age, and other similar differences will be more dangerous than just viewing somebody that is generally similar. Viewing your own memories is less risk of death, but a greater risk of falling into a kind of saturated version of your memories, with a lot of warnings about how these memories focus very much on traumatic events, and that those can overwhelm the new personality. Androids don't necessarily die, but are subject to pretty much all of the other risks. And I'll let you decide whether she assumes this or not, but it's rather decently implied that this was all written by Trin, and that they are referring to themselves as also being exempt from the whole death thing.
Well, that's nice for them.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. With the data she has on Cap and what we know about her functions, can she speculate how that would affect it with the regenerative capabilities the captain has displayed?
Well, you haven't seen a whole lot of what her nanites do. You've seen that it regenerates physical injury, but that is a physical process being performed by physical things. She would know that the brain is also. I mean, all the reactions and everything in the brain is also a physical process, but it might be a little bit out of the reach of those nanites. Colleen doesn't really know. She could certainly speculate that,
Okay.
but she's
okay.
got nothing truly to base it on.
It's never
Huh?
stopped before.
Gonna ask for more blood samples anyway. I requested them a while ago. Why don't I still have the blood samples? Alright.
It is quite late in the night for Colleen, so I'm gonna
That's fine.
give her a rest there. Anybody else doing anything while the ship is traveling towards the edge of the system?
Is dude hanging out on the bridge with?
He would have been to a certain extent, but after a while, he would have, as long as Hugo was, there wasn't anything happening as far that needed attention. Dude would have gone for a loop of the ship for basic maintenance stuff. He likes to try to do that almost every night, just kind of walk around and make sure everything's working. So he'd have walked past Cap's captain at some point, just on his little loop before heading down to the maintenance bay to work on a few things and go to bed.
She will call him in.
Hey, Cap. How you doing?
Frustrated.
Yeah, well, I can imagine. It's been I can't say it's been a weird couple of days because we ain't had anything but weird days, so.
Do you think I'm too hard on him?
Hugo?
Yeah.
You guys are a little oil and water. I feel like it's
He's
not.
Just an...
Well, I can tell he rubs you the wrong way.
Every time he opens his mouth.
Yeah, I know. I try to stay out of it most of the time. You guys generally seem to at least arrive at the conclusion you were going to get to anyway. He's, well, I mean, at least the impression I'm getting is he's a helper. He wants to help. He just doesn't,
Isn't helpful.
Well, see, that's why I'm going to disagree with you, Cap. He is being helpful. He's just being annoying while he's doing it. I mean,
Between him and Nemo, I get talked over so much, and it just really.
Yeah, and I've had a talk with him. I don't think he ain't coming from a bad place on it. And now, here's another thing to think about, Cap, and I will say this, coming from my own perspective as well. He's the only person on the ship who is not running with a mental handicap. Because, man, he ain't got his memory wiped. He knows what he knows and knows he is who he is. So when somebody tells we find some piece of information that says, oh, these guys are going out to talk to the Trin, he was the only one who wouldn't have had a blank look on his face. I didn't know who the fuck the Trin were. And he was going over to that other ship to help out. He just assumed that it was okay for him to move the ship.
He makes a lot of assumptions.
Well, yeah, he does. He ain't the only one on the ship doing that.
Colleen is too.
Mm-hmm.
And I am absolutely sure that she's hiding things.
Oh, I'm definitely certain of that. I will say that Colleen hiding stuff is a lot more potentially dangerous and frightening than anything Hugo, I think, can come up with.
Yeah, Hugo's just annoying. He's not particularly dangerous yet.
Yeah, and he's a good pilot, Cat. He knows his
he
shit.
is. He does, and that's.
And I'll tell you, I've watched him. I've watched him going around. That kid has taken to him.
That's because they think alike.
I was going to say, not that kid, the other kid.
I knew which kid you meant.
Mm-hmm.
Tuvon.
Yeah. Well, that kid deserves to have at least a little something nice in his life. Came from a shithole, and we stuck him on a.
Another shithole?
Well, come on, Cap. We ain't that bad.
No, but we're not that good either.
Well, we haven't had much of an opportunity to be anything other.
And he needs to really can it with me shooting the gun.
I get the impression
He thinks it's funny.
Yeah,
and
he does.
I don't find it funny at all.
Yeah.
So if you can find a way to slip that politely into conversation.
I'll see what I can do. I think. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like he's the only one who makes funny comments and tells jokes about what's going on the ship. We've done that too.
Yeah, but he hasn't earned that yet.
I suppose that's fair. But if you really think about it, it's not like there's a substantial amount of difference between the amount of time we've been spent with him and we've spent with each other.
We've spent a lot more time with each other.
Well, in a small scale kind of way, we haven't even from the starting point of our memories, we haven't even spent a year together.
Still longer than we've been with him.
Yeah, that's true. And we've been through more shit. Almost falling into a sun. Weird zombie things. That shit was weird.
And he wasn't here.
No. Crazy telepathic fire aliens? What the fuck was that?
That was Sos.
Yeah, that was weird. I mean, I don't really have much of a basis for comparison. Obviously, we're missing big chunks of my brain, but I feel like we're on a weird path even if we did have all our memories.
Yeah.
And honestly, Cap, that's the only reason I had any hesitation about going after the starbase. Like, I understand Colleen's attitude on it, and by extension yours. They're the ones that might know something about what's going on, and it's an opportunity to dig into what the hell happened to us and all that kind of shit. But I don't know, man. I like to think that we might be. Well, we might have better luck with the kind of shit that we deal with if we occasionally, like, stopped for a moment? Like if we found some little system somewhere that wasn't on galactic mandate radar necessarily, but had, some decent interstellar commerce and shit, and just took on like a couple of hauling jobs. Take a couple of months and just be space cargo haulers for a little while. Nobody shooting at us. No weird extra galactic governmental agencies chasing after our ass as long as we stayed down on the radar. Take up a couple of different names and be a handful of different people for a little while. Rest our brains from all this shit. And he
I
gets
get where you're.
sorry. He gets a thoughtful look on his face.
I get where you're coming from. I really do.
And I'll tell you this, Cap. We are going to have to start taking paying jobs at some point real soon. Because next time this ship comes up we got a bunch of shit to fix and we got to overhaul, we ain't got that kind of money at this point. She is an expensive tub to keep in the air.
Yeah, I know. And the last thing that I did not pay monetary gains, but I felt like I was repaying some kind of.
Well, I mean, if we're building a rep as, decent instead of, oh shit, the Raza.
No, it was definitely oh shit, the Raza.
Oh, well then. Well, and maybe at some point we might be able to capitalize on and get some more parts of this tub working. And I mean, if
upside is nobody died.
Well, shit, that is an upside for us.
At least as far as I know, it was a bloodless. I didn't kill anyone.
The weapon did.
No, the weapon didn't kill anybody either, and Cat's the one who fired it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to tell me about that at some point.
And I will.
Don't make a big deal of it. I'm not too worried. I still haven't. We're gonna have to sit down, and I'll have to give you the less abbreviated version of Dude and Nemo chase Colleen across 3/4 of a planet adventure.
Kid's gonna be the death of us.
Well, she's still got plenty of opportunities. Hopefully, I'm hoping the kid's right, and that we catch up to Starbase and we take them with little to no effort, and they have a little cargo hold full of, oh, here's the pre-tech that went to this, and here's the pre-tech that went to that, and oh, here's that other part of the ship. I just ain't thinking it's going to be the way it is.
Yeah, it's not high.
And if we catch them, and we don't kill them all, and they go, oh yeah, we totally did this on so and so's orders, and your stuff might be someplace over here. If the first words out of Colleen's mouth are, well, let's go there, I'm going to give you a look, Cap.
And we won't go there yet.
Because I was going to say that look is going to be, we need to take it a moment. We can't just keep hopscotching from place to place to place to place and never taking a. Yeah, we've been lucky.
Do we need to stop for a little while now?
No, I mean we're in good shape right now. We ain't coming up on the overhaul yet, but it's coming close. And we were able to pick up a solid amount of necessary materials in the last place, so we got a decent enough amount of scrap to be able to do interim repairs and all of that kind of stuff. We got a shuttle. We got a cargo lighter. We got a decent amount of we're okay. But we're never going to be anything other than just okay unless we start actually thinking about how we can actually start making some credits without getting shot.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
And one of these days, and dude kind of gets a grin on his face. Someday, I want to be able to put enough materials and work to find out what the hell that primary cannon actually does, because I've looked at the specs and I have no fucking idea.
Bad things.
That's my thought on it, because it has a serious amount of power draw.
This ship really was made for one thing,
Yep.
and that's war.
Yeah, well, we're keeping it out of somebody's hands, if nothing else.
Imagine what the Galactic Mandate would do with this ship.
I'm worried that they had this ship.
And we stole it?
Either that or we worked for them.
And when we were no longer useful.
Mm-hmm. That'd be one way to do it. You create a... Because look at our criminal records, Cap. I don't know. I still I feel bullshit just oozing off the page when I look at the numbers that they post up on that shit. Considering... Huh?
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you.
Considering the amount of time that our criminal record shows us haven't been active, and the amount of people that we're said to have killed and blown up and all that other shit, if we weren't working for or with one of the major powers, we would have been blown out of the sky a long time ago. We had protection.
They would have sent more than just one ship after us. Basically, is what you're saying. We might be able to take on the Derringer once we're completely back online. They have more than that.
Yeah.
If they really wanted us out of the way, they could have taken us out.
Collectively, we got the body count of a small war. They would have sent a fleet, and we would have been dusted.
Entirely possible.
Yeah. We ain't the boogeyman. We didn't appear and disappear with no warning and blow shit out. And I mean, yeah, we were the boogeyman. We were the Raza. Keep the galactic mandate around. You got to make sure they keep you safe. They keep you safe from the Raza.
Pretty much. Oh, cats. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well,
I talked
not
with...
opposed to killing people. If I have to.
Shit, man. Some people need killing. I've
But
pulled the trigger on that combat shotgun. I know what it's about. But I can't find myself ever being in a position where I'd take a disagreement with 5,000 people.
Yeah. Yeah, me either.
Well, I think I worked something out with Hugo. And we'll see where that goes. I think Cap.
One obnoxious brat is
Mhm.
enough per ship.
And I know I said this before, and I don't want to press. At some point, you need to have a heart-to-heart with Kid. Not like a lay down the law kind of thing, but like, I don't know. I can't get her to open up to me. I can't get her to trust me. She knows better. She knows everything. She thinks we're all stupid for thinking the way we do. Somebody needs to get through to her, or she's going to get her or us killed, or collectively more people killed. And I'm not saying she's wrong about some of this stuff, but she's just got a bad attitude on the way some of the universe works. Somebody needs to.
It's because she's a teenage girl.
Yeah, well, I can't say I ever was one.
I don't remember being one, but
Just have try and talk to her.
I've read things.
Would you like to see?
She needs friends. She seemed to be making some friends down on that planet, and then we had to get the hell out of there again.
That's the problem. I'm not her friend. I am the captain.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
Technically, I'm not here to be anybody's friend.
you're right. No, you're right, Cap. I got thoughts. I gotta think these thoughts.
That doesn't mean that I don't want to be.
Well,
Or can't be.
yes, well. Tell you what, Cap. Just, well, I mean, if you can talk to her, talk to her. I had a thought, and I'm gonna try and think on this a little bit, and I might have an idea. I'll let you know. Might be a bad idea, but I'll let you know before I pull the trigger on it.
That's fair.
Oh, just a heads up. Hugo, looks like he got a case of, what I gather is actually fairly decent hooch from his buddy over on that other ship. I'm gonna grab myself a bottle of it. I told him to come and give a bottle of it to you as an apology. Now, based on the way that conversation went, I can't guarantee he's not going to be an ass about it. But if he does, I mean, I don't know. Try and let him not be a jerk about it, and maybe you guys can come to some kind of less abrasive middle ground.
I have not wanted to jet anyone out of an airlock so badly.
Well,
and
you
that's
haven't.
saying something.
Yeah, that's true. But you haven't.
No, because it's really a gruesome way.
Well, yeah, you ain't wrong about that.
And kind of cruel.
Mhm. Yeah.
Shot
Just,
to the back of the head would be much more merciful.
well, you never see it coming. Unless you went to a genetic doc and got eyes in the back of your head. Man, that'd be weird.
Yeah, no.
Potentially useful, though.
Yeah, I could use him with the kid.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Just keep an eye out for Hugo. He might come by. Try and let him be nice.
I'll try to be.
Yeah. All right, Cat. Well, I'm gonna finish my sweep of the ship, and then I'm gonna head down into the maintenance bay for a little while.
If he doesn't bring me some of that hooch, he better.
Well, yeah. I'll let you know.
Or at least come share a glass.
All right, Cap. You take it easy.
Yeah, you too.
And dude continues back to sweep through the ship.
All right.
Do you want me to make a fix check just to see if there is anything like that might need basic maintenance?
Not really.
Hmm.
You can just make something up that dude decides to work on.
Yeah, because it's not like I've never started fixing something that didn't need to get fixed.
No, I mean you can as a
Well,
player, I'm giving you the agency to say this shower head is broken, this entire plumbing line is
Yeah.
broken, and have dude fix it.
Yeah. But I will let you know what dude's idea is in a little bit. I gotta crystallize it.
Okay. That leaves only Nemo and Hugo. Nemo is going to continue doing Nemo things. He doesn't have anything to really contribute right now. Hugo, doing anything during the flight to the edge of the system?
Yeah, I'm making sure dude collected a bottle out of my room. If not, I will deposit one outside of his door, and I'll go grab one and head back to the bridge.
Okay.
Cap, you in here?
Cap is not on the bridge.
I'll go to the little thing on the wall. PA system. Cap, where you at?
My office?
Is that the one attached to the bridge, or is that your room?
No, the more formal one.
It's
So the
still
one-
forward, but it's not quite attached to the bridge. It's a little bit more of a hike from the bridge.
Hey there. Walking over.
Great way to start. Stay there.
Mm-hmm. Don't go anywhere. I'm coming.
All right. It doesn't take him too long to get there.
Yeah. Knock on the door. Doof, doof, doof.
Enter.
Hey, I was
And
advised to
you
give
cut
you.
out.
Yeah, you cut out.
I was advised to give you this for rec. Fuck off. Because something popped up and it keeps stopping it. I was advised to give you this for recompense. Heard you like drinking.
I like a drink occasionally, yes.
Let's go slow with it. Enjoy it. Natives make it.
She'll take the bottle.
Yeah, that's it really. Any change to the plans that we've set out?
No, and I've informed the rest of the crew that there may be trouble.
Good. Good. Anyway, have yourself a nice drink. And yeah, Hugo will head out the door after dropping off the alcohol.
Okay.
Cap just shakes her head and is just like, that is literally the worst apology I've ever received. And she texts dude something to that effect.
Dude responds with, well, that's I thought that it might go that way. That's why I warned you.
He really has no idea how to apologize to a woman.
Yeah, apart
Or
from that,
his
Hugo's
captain.
just gonna make sure the ship is set to fly out to the edge of the system and chat with Tuvon and just, well, not chat, but just chill with him
Okay.
for the next 16 hours or so.
All right. You guys make it to the edge of the system. Colleen's got a little bit of time. Well, no, we'll keep the time clean here. So you're at the edge of the system. That included a rest phase for your cycles. And let me kill this page and that one. Good. And you're ready to jump out to Panjati Varul. If Hugo trims the course, which I believe he can do and still not even have to roll, it will take 1 day to get there.
So, hey, Cap, you ready to go? Switch on your command.
Yep, let's go.
In which case,
All right, you make the necessary calculations and adjustments, and climb up into metaspace. You guys all have another day you can spend on various projects, and I'm going to start with Colleen over there. What's Colleen getting up to?
A lot of thinking, and she's working on her little Nemo project.
Okay. Is that what she spends her project day on?
Yes.
Okay. And I'll also note here that it was brought to my attention that for normal build things, I actually don't remember where this is in the book, but for normal building things, if you do exactly what you were suggesting, Nick, and basically do nothing all day except for eat and sleep and work on that thing, then you can have the time that it takes to do a thing. I'm still excluding projects from that, just because I'm already kind of assuming that for the projects. At least that's how I've built it into. This is an unwritten little house rule, just because I knew that the sciencey type, being played by Nick, would be doing projects. Probably also played by just about anybody else doing the same thing. So keep that in mind for when you guys are building things. Let's see. Oh, okay. Ben, I would put that with regard only to the mods, though, because it doesn't.
yeah, well, there's something similar for maintenance as well, which is you double your maintenance score if you do nothing but maintenance.
Okay. So I'm gonna keep that applicable only to mods and the maintenance thereof, um, and not for actual build stuff.
Yeah, build stuff has its own custom thing.
Okay. So yeah, I wanted to approach that and let you know that even though that's there for mods, I'm still keeping each project day just as it is a whole project day, mechanically. I'm tracking in enough things. Let's let that one be a little bit easier for me. And to that end, Colleen's project is done.
Excellent.
The brain box hack, the Nemo hack.
Nick, I believe you pronounced that wrong. It's excellent.
No, she's the younger version.
And
Wasn't he born 90?
Nah, he just looks that way, but he has that weird old style suit with the ruff and everything. And that long weird hair.
there we
Now,
go.
question for the DM is it shade Or Sade.
It is shade. Alright, you get out to Panjati Varul. You can immediately see the two more or less habitable planets, Kalia and Panjati Varul. And you're also seeing the very odd occasional feature of the dark matter metafield. Kind of stretches across space between the orbits of the two planets in such a manner that it would blot out the night sky for a bit of time each year, each of those planetary years, with Trinity Shade being on an inner orbit and Kalia being on an outer orbit. Trinity Shade, has a breathable atmosphere, but very hostile, just planet. Like the whole planet and everything growing on it is trying to kill everything else. And Kalia, having less of a breathable atmosphere, is technically owned by Trin, but as you've probably seen in the little cliff notes there, as long as they maintain something there, it is still considered a valid claim by galactic mandate standards. You guys are at the edge of the system. Edge of the space.
Well,
So,
did the
Cap,
captain want us to kick in the inertial dampeners?
that's literally what Hugo was about to do. Sending a message to dude saying, "Hey, can you suggest we turn on the damp?" That's literally what I was about to do. Yeah, that's what Hugo sent to do.
So what are we doing, Cap?
Also, Cap, just to provide you information, based on my guesstimate, we've arrived a couple of hours ahead of them, or literally they'll be here, no more than a couple of hours in front of us. We're very much coin toss which way we've arrived. So I managed to make up the time. It just depends how long ago they got through a day ago. There's an 8-hour buffer, pretty much. So either they're going to be a couple of hours behind us, or they're just in front of us.
So what do we want to do, Cap? Set up a trap?
Are you muted, Emma?
She's petting the kitty.
Actually, she's passed out.
Oh!
Nope.
Well.
That would explain no response.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if they were ahead of us, we should be able to detect them.
Oh, what do we see?
If they were... Depends on how far ahead of you they were. And depends on how fast they move. Colin is technically right, but only within a certain time frame. As for what you do see, there are no ships here. There's There are no beacons. Nothing is being broadcast to you. It's actually quiet space.
So, who wants to take the bet that I've managed to get here quicker than them, or we've just missed them? Which way do you think it's gone, dude?
Did Matt pass out too?
No. That long of a delay. And now I've forgotten what he said. What did Hugo say?
Pretty much, if we left at the exact same time as them, but a day after, I'd be, in theory, we'd be round about the same time coming out. Obviously, if they left after us, then we'd be here slightly quicker than them. Or if they left before we left at the same timing system, they'll be here already.
Right, so maybe it wasn't a full day before they
I mean,
they
it's one of them,
left.
it would have took them, presuming that they pushed it, it would have took them 16 hours to get to the edge of the system, same as us. I just made up the difference in the jump time, presuming they trimmed the course. But I don't know if they would have trimmed the course. If they haven't, then we've got about a day and a half, or yeah, about a day and a half.
But if they did, then they might be right on top of us.
Yeah. I think I've got my math right.
Now, out of character, I keep hearing people say inertial dampers.
Emissions
That's
dampers.
the emissions dampers.
Emissions dampers. I was like,
Yeah.
inertial dampers is a completely different fucking thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, why are they asking about that?
Nick, is there anything that can be done to wake her up? Or is that something you don't want to do?